It's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I wish this should be my second night in Italy with the girls. We'd had this trip planned since our visit there last year. We had to cancel everything a fortnight ago when Italy and Spain started their lockdowns. We'll be doing the same here soon, I know. Science says we need to. I see things I'm not allowed to talk about. It's like working for MI5. But we haven't had to fill forms out in triplicate yet. At least I've got some cake. I don't know how much more of this I can take. We had to put 5 more people on ventilators last night, but 2 of them refused treatment from me and another doctor because, at least the lab viruses don't discriminate. It's funny how every vacancy for a shift in ICU comes to my desk first nowadays. I didn't choose to go back on the wards. I don't want to be another statistic, just another black or brown body added to the scrapyard. Everybody's somebody. Seeing so much death is not normal. Even as a doctor, I know it's not normal. I expect it, of course, but I'm not a fucking soldier in battle. When we'd finished our 12-hour shift, news update was 11,000 dead. Scientifically, it's fascinating to see how the virus is altering, but these aren't lab conditions. Simon's my boss in the lab, Mr. Simon Pitlock, now he's a consultant. We both went for that head of department position. I've got 3 more years practical experience from my time in the field, but no, this is still not a passport into the old boys network. Behave, keep your head down, act British and you'll go far. I am fucking British. I did stop wearing the hijab into the lab for a while because I'm more than the burqa and that is the only thing they saw. But everything's changed now. It's Ramadan. I haven't been shopping for ages. I've got nothing in. I'm just too tired to go after work. For one thing, I never know what time I'm going to finish. But the shops are all empty anyway now, aren't they? Apparently that's normal now. Instead of mentioning the C word, I heard someone coined a new phrase for what's going on. They say, what with one thing and another? In the lab we sometimes call it the new plague. They call every day, my family, for medical advice and just to check on me. Give the social clubs a miss for a couple of weeks and don't go out unless you absolutely have to. That's all I can say to my mum. I introduced her to FaceTime as well, so we can still see each other. I must remind her to bring me some food off, actually. I miss her cooking. I miss her. Don't even know what I'm going to eat tomorrow. It's just as well I'm used to fasting. That helps with the long shifts and not being able to take off PPE. I'm exhausted though. Don't worry, it's nothing sinister. My voice is alright at the moment, but sometimes I feel so hoarse because it seems like I've been shouting all day, tightly masked up. It's no longer just Muslims or Asian students wearing facial coverings in public. These days it's like everybody's wearing a clinical burqa, hospital chic, accessorizing masks. What's yours? Burberry, Swarovski, Nike, don't judge me. What day is it? I'm losing it. What with one thing and another? Every day feels like Groundhog Day. Except for Thursdays when everybody claps for the carers. Even old Mary Reid from number 27's out there clapping, I hear. She called the police on me when I moved in 5 years ago. My young cousins were here helping me with my stuff. It was reported as suspicious activity. they were just bringing my boxes in. Since all this has been going on, they've been making masks and giving them out to the vulnerable in the community. I should get them to drop a pack off for her, actually, Mrs. Reed. I know she's there on her own, mostly. Over 1,000 dead in one day. Auntie Tahira is one of them. She spoiled me when I was young. Damn, the family can't even mourn together. Dad's broken, I'm scared. It's not even true, I'm actually terrified. After all, we're all the same in here, but I can't tell anyone at work how I feel. Their fear's different to mine. I do my best to read up about each patient that, might not make it. I wish I could be locked down safe at home. I wouldn't complain. I'm tired of being tired. Tired of everything. Long days, sleepless nights, deaths. So many fucking deaths, God. We're working like efficient cyborgs. Intubate, obs, turn, repeat. Everything's different now. 2020 sucks. I get attached to them, the patients, and the other members of staff. We're like a secret society in there. We're often the last people that they see. Their families aren't allowed in anymore. They can FaceTime or Zoom, but they're not there. June was one of my favourites before. She grabbed my hand and she said, "Dr. Areema, I just want to go back to Ireland. Will you make sure they send me back?" So now, at every bedside, I look into their eyes and smile. Windows to the soul and all that. That always reminds me of being set up with a friend of the family some years ago. Samir, his name was. He's a good boy, they said, so I agreed to meet him just to get them off my back. We weren't exactly alone when we met, and I was nervous as well. I felt sorry for him because the pressure was on. He was 3 years older than me. But his eyes, when he looked at me for the first time, they were flat like dead fish. I still shiver when I see him in the community. He wasn't very talkative either. He just kept looking at his hands or his shoes the whole time. All he said to me was, "You will wear the full burqa when we marry. My wife will be modest." There weren't any more arranged meetings after that. I think Mum and Dad knew I'd say no before I did. I choose when I wear the hijab. That's Mum. Every day like clockwork. My family almost left me to pursue my career after that meeting with Samir, but the hints never stopped though. A good husband and children will be better than another degree or promotion. A good Muslim girl would blah blah blah. I avoid family gatherings as much as I possibly can. Well, I did. I'd give anything to go to one now. 3 more today. We can tell he's going to make it or not by the second day of oxygen. When they first come in, they say it's difficult to tell who's who with our masks on, so now we have our names and photos on our aprons. They're evidently scared when they see us like that, so I smile even more with my eyes, just to put them at ease. I'm used to doing it. Smizing. I've used it since I chose to wear the hijab at uni. Anyway, when they're slipping away, I can see the naked fear in their eyes. They yearn for something normal, So I reach out to them until it's their time. During the rounds, I always touch them on their arms as they lay there surrounded by equipment. I can't leave them to go without knowing that somebody right there cares. Even the ones that initially refused me don't seem to mind now. You are loved, I whisper. Who knew forced prolonged cheerfulness was so damn tiring? When I get home, after another day of smizing for England, I clinically decontaminate and I cry. This is the only time since this whole thing started that I'm really glad that I live alone. There are always 1,000 reasons to cry after what I've seen. But last Friday, it really got to me. After a night shift, I was on my way home. Stopped at the traffic lights. Not many people around. The man in the car next to me wound down his window and actually spat at me before shouting, "Get out of our country, go back home." I froze. I'd bet anything that he's one of the people that would clap for the anonymous version of me on a Thursday night. Hello, Mum. Hi. How are you? How's everybody? No, I'm too tired for a video tonight. I'm just going to bed. I miss having iftar with you all. But we're winning, Mum. Every day, new advances. Please tell the aunties. Yes, I'll see you soon, inshallah.